week later, Aaron, they announced the lockdowns. We're like, cool.
I think we just about got one rehearsal in.
Give up on that
no,
fucking dream.
Stinkers.
And you guys, obviously, you write your own music. For those guys watching who don't know your sound, would you mind just giving us a few influences and what kind of sound you go for?
With some metal riffs in there.
Alter Bridge. Trey.
Yeah, a Trey, Alter Bridge. Bullet. Bone Sour, that sort of stuff.
Cherry.
Yeah, there's a few different.
Great stuff, yeah. Sort of an alternative metal sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Nice, very good. Yeah,
very nice. Big fans of Blackstone Cherry, man. So yeah, I've had to listen to you guys in advance. But for those who haven't, please do go check out The Forsaken on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you find them. Callum, back to you.
Go with the start. How did the name The Forsaken come to fruition?
We shortlisted. We went over lots of names, but to all agree, as you guys probably know, can be difficult. But we shortlisted a few, and The Forsaken, because of the position I was in and what I was writing songs about, because I was in or just coming out of active addiction. A lot of the songs were about me feeling sorry for myself and feeling like that was why we went for it in the end.
Once we saw it written down in a font as well, it sort of had the flow that we were going for as well.
That's it. It's got to look good as well as like roll off the tongue well, you know.
Absolutely. I think it's amazing how much having it in logo form can really solidify what you want to do with it as well. It really changes the mood of what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you see it written in Comic Sans and you just know that's the one.
Yeah.
It's got a new logo designed and in circulation now.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's our newest logo.
Nice one. Yeah, I saw that come up on Facebook the other day. That's great. There. I'm hoping we've got it on the poster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank God.
Great stuff. Yeah. So obviously you guys based out of Cambridgeshire. Is it quite a good scene up there at the moment? It's
not a bad music scene, but it's not rock and metal scene.
Yeah. That three main venues.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of venues we're sort of in and out of. It's a bit the same down here, really. We've got this strip in Bournemouth. Like there's 3 or 4 venues that are just great for rock and metal. Basically, up at the top, Lansdowne, where Anvil is. You've got 3 venues that are all centered around rock. And then the rest of the town just doesn't touch it, So it's good it's all in the same place. We'll have to show you about after the gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys staying down for a few drinks on the night of the show then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Should we catch up on a few messages, chaps? So in the chat, we've had hellos from Marie and from Shanice. And also Katie is in the chat. She says, good evening, boys. So hello, everybody there.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us. Katie booked us a banger of a show the other day. We ended up, I don't know if you've been up to Cannock the station yet. Is that somewhere you've been?
I've been there to watch the Hot One too.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, cool venue that, man. Yeah, I really like that. It's we did have somewhere like it down Bournemouth called Madding Crowd, but sadly I don't think they're doing shows anymore. They seem to be like doing catering for all the award ceremonies and stuff in London for some reason. I don't. Very strange, but they were one of the few venues they cooked us like chili con carne and everything. It was a proper treat. That
really felt like a rock star of that one.
Backstage was like a converted loft, and then you thought it was a converted loft, and then you went through another door, and there's like a whole other like office building there and everything. It was phenomenal. What's some of the sort of I guess a few of your favorite venues that you guys have played so far?
I liked we played the Junction once, which is a pretty big venue in Cambridge. I mean, it's not known for putting rock nights on really, but it has had some big acts there. And I just think they've got £80,000 worth of sound system there. Yeah, it was just nice.
Yeah,
and it's safe to move around as well.
Yeah,
and a nice big drum riser as well that you can jump off.
I approve.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, just having a look at the venue actually on my other screen. That looks really quite large.
That's it,
Yeah.
A couple of smaller sort of festivals as well. There's one in a town that we live in a town that's just outside of Cambridge. There's one called Haverhill in the Park. We played there, and a couple of other small festivals, and they were quite nice stages and what have you. But the thing is, when you're playing festivals, unless people are there to watch it, sometimes you just get your people coming in and going. Do you know what I mean?
I see a bit of a crowd rotation. Was it sort of an open air show?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the best fun, aren't they? Especially midsummer,
Yeah.
especially high up on
Nice, man. Yeah, it's nice to get a bit of a breeze. Actually, we've
Yeah.
We've invested in our very own fan, which which doesn't
Basically-
sound like a big deal, but it's phenomenal. Like it's life-changing equipment.
It's a 747 engine, but at this point, it's absolutely enormous.
It's pretty good. That might be a slight exaggeration.
Call it a Cessna, then that'll do.
All right, yeah. Yeah, we'll make sure we have that for Saturday.
Mhm.
Have you guys been down to the Anvil before?
No.
never.
Cool, man. This is like the go-to, I guess, sort of like toilet tour venue down in Bournemouth. It's been going quite a while. Before that, I think it was iBar, but it's about 100 cap. It's a mad little room. You'll hopefully have a lot of fun in there. I think it's always a good show there, to be honest.
Yeah, can't wait for it. Yeah, it's good.
Fantastic.
We're waiting to get out gigging this year. It's going to be our first one of the year.
Oh, nice.
Super.
Yeah, been concentrating on the release, ready to get gigging. So
Yeah. Been in the
Nice, yeah. Go on, sorry.
Yeah.
Been in the studio, you say? Sorry.
yeah. Recently doing another few singles in the bank, ready to release.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Is there much more you can say about that?
We've got another single out on the 26th of April. Second single called Serenity. And yeah, we're in the middle of recording some other material, and there could well be an EP later on in the year.
Great stuff. Yeah, we look forward to sort of hearing that then, especially live as well.
Nice. I'm just going to drop a link in the chat for those of you who aren't following The Forsaken on Facebook. Please just click this button and have a look. I was just looking at the album artwork for that. It looks absolutely awesome.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah,
Thank you. Guy called Freddie. He's really talented.
Yeah, man, that looks great. That's very tattooable. Yeah, it's a big selling point to it. I've not got any tattoos, but I like the idea of them. It's one of those- Yes, right down the back. All right, Callum, back to you, sir.
Have you played many shows? How many shows do you reckon you've done?
Yeah, a few. 20, 30 shows, probably. Close to,
Yeah, 20 or 30 with this lineup.
mainly local, so same sort of
like
venues.
Cambridge and that, yeah, like the little gem venues in Cambridge, the handful of them.
It's got the Portland Arms, 66 Bar,
Yeah.
and there's the Blue Moon
Blue Moon.
locals.
Just to get our name about as this lineup, get ready for the recording of Pain and things like that, just to get the emotion going.
And then we're now having this year pushing to get a lot further afield. We've got dates all over the country. this
Release
year.
our tour poster and Facebook.
Yeah, we've got some others in the pipeline as well that haven't been confirmed yet, but are looking very likely. Update.
Traveling the world.
That's awesome. I'll see if I can share that tour poster.
Have you guys ventured down into London yet, or?
No, we're supporting Loz Campbell in London in August.
End of
Yeah, so that'll be good fun.
Dublin Castle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Camden.
wicked. Yeah. Oh,
Awesome,
yeah. I
man.
was there a couple of weeks ago. That's where Madness got their start in there, wasn't it? It was good.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, Camden's a really fun little town as well. You'll enjoy it.
Always a good out of Camden. And
Yeah, we're yet to play Camden, aren't we? Or have we?
Mm.
I can't remember.
Camden.
We haven't played Camden.
no.
All right, that's a different. We've got to do Camden. I think we played up North London. You guys played the is it the Cart and Horses, the old Iron Maiden venue?
no, I've been there, but I haven't played there.
Cool, man. They did it all up over the lockdowns, and there's like a whole underground section now, and there's like a proper stage in there and everything. Pretty nice, man. It's cool. Yeah, I recommend that.
London's a bit like, where do you start really in terms of venues and where do you go?
Yeah, God, I found it quite clicky in places as well, London. But when you're in, you're in. I guess it's where everyone seems to be, unfortunately.
Place seems to be one that people are drawn to. I mean, I've played in a previous band. I played at the Underworld in Camden. I played at the Purple Turtle when that was there in London, in Camden. So I always end up in Camden if I go to London for some reason.
It's definitely one of my favourite places for sure.
So I just wanted to kind of go back to you guys individually on this one. If you could just tell us a bit about what actually got you into your instrument, why you sort of wanted to play it or sing in one of your cases, of course, and sort of what inspired you to join a band in the first place?
Me, I wanted to be a drummer when I first started. But yeah, I was never allowed a drum kit because of how noisy they are, and I didn't even start playing guitar or anything until I was about 18. I had my first son really young, and I thought I need something to stop me up as much. So I thought, but I've always been into music. I've always enjoyed singing. Like when I was a little kid, I used to watch music videos on TV and have like cushions and pots and pans around me, pretending it was a drum kit and stuff like that. And yeah, I've always, from day one when I started learning to play guitar, I started trying to write songs because I always had something that I wanted to say, and I had a very good way of saying it apart from in song.
Oh, awesome, man! That's fantastic. I'll take it round if you guys are happy to.
Yeah, for me, my dad bought me my first guitar when I was 14, just randomly. I was massive into Jimi Hendrix back then. I started learning the blues, and then as I got older, got into like Metallica and Iron Maiden, all those sort of. First band I've been in actually playing like hard rock. So learning.
You play drums in a lot of bands.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Played
Drums,
for the drums.
played drums at school, but always swung back to.
Oh, good stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
For me, it was. I've always loved drums since I was a kid. My first actual drum kit was like a blue Mickey Mouse drum kit. Got really thin, papery skins and that, and
Still uses it now.
yes,
Yeah.
and yeah, since I was a kid, and when I was 13 at school, just started playing drums after school, just on my own, and then started like jamming with mates, and then doing like the school talent show, all that sort of thing. Joining bands and listening to music and playing, and like big influences, like big into like Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach, that sort of stuff. And just carried on until I'm now, 25 years later. So, yeah.
Nice.
Great stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Well, me, this is my dad. So I had no choice to play an instrument. For me, I think, was it a little blue guitar, acoustic one, when I was younger, and the drum kit, and I ended up smashing both of them up because I thought that was rock and roll. That's what you do, isn't it? I was playing them until about 15, and then I'm in an RM about starting a band or something, and obviously I've been speaking to my dad, and he was like, "Well, should we just do something together and see where it goes?" And then this is how this sort of thing started. So we just went from there, and then we rest of this.
Yeah. And it turned out we worked really well together writing. Some of the parts that I'm lacking in my writing is where he excels, and vice versa. So it works quite well.
Oh, brilliant.
Really cool, man. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. That's really fucking cool, dude.
Oldest thing.
Cool, Callum. I'll send it your way, mate.
What do you prefer more? Do you prefer the songwriting or performing?
The performing is the biggest sort of high for me, but I like performing the stuff we've written rather than I wouldn't get the same buzz out of a cover band or playing other people's songs. It's with me singing and being the lyricist. I feel a lot of the songs when I'm singing them, especially since I've been in recovery and been clean and sober and stuff. A lot of my songs are about either my journey to that or my life now, or how I got to where I am now to try and help other people. So they all carry quite a lot of weight with me, and it doesn't matter how many times I sing them, they all still mean the same when I sing them. So
that's what's cool.
Because these guys write them. Now, we all collaborate because this is the first band I've been in with this type of music. Been nice to try something new and learn new techniques and work out stuff and add my flavour to the band and then go out and perform it. I just need to learn to move around a bit more. When I'm on stage, I'm a bit of a head robot.
Sadly, the anvil won't give you much room for moving around that much. It's a pretty small stage, but it is a fun one. Yes.
Normally have to drive to venues, but now we can have a drink. It might all change.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it, dude. Yeah.
That's
One before we go on, and then about 100 after, normally for us.
We rehearse weekly, like religiously every week, and if you just go through week after week, just the same set, it gets grates on you, as you guys probably know. But when we start writing new songs, it becomes all exciting again. So we come to rehearsal a lot to go through new songs, and then every few weeks we'll go through the set again, throw a new song in. But even just playing live, even when we take the old songs out on the road, it's still exciting because we're still playing live to people, either existing fans, new fans. So we just put the effort in regardless of who's there. And it's still exciting to play our stuff live, regardless how old the songs are. But newer songs, it's a new sort of excitement, as you're aware.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. We've been sprucing up our set recently because we're working on a bunch of songs at the moment. But we kind of want to save them because we're working on a load of it together so we can start recording it and hopefully put some cash together to basically fund a load of releases for next year. But what we've done with our current set, I think for the last 48 hours, I've just been programming different sounds and effects and violins and all sorts of stuff so that in between our songs, we've got some really cool things we've not done before that I can't wait to show off. I'm quite excited about this weekend. We're going to test them out tomorrow and make sure they're not too insane or difficult to work with, but they're going to be pretty good. I've done a lot of panning and hopefully people will notice that. It's going to be quite extreme, the panning.
Yeah,
we'll look out for it.
Yeah, man. It's very subby, so the room will be shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, actually, Callum, I'll send back to you one more time. Catch up.
I forgot what I said. Performing, wasn't it? Do you have any covers in your set? Are you just all originals, or is it a bit of a secret?
All original. We had one. We used to do a rock cover of the Weekend song. We had Blinding Lights.
It's sort of a time filler to start with.
Yeah.
We needed another song, and it was just one that I quite like some of the Weekend stuff, and I just, as soon as I heard it, I thought you could do like a punkier, rockier version of it really easily. So we used to play it, but we don't tend to now. We've got plenty of songs that we switch up our set a little bit sometimes as well. So we've got enough songs to put up and drop some out.
So a lot of the covers tend to become like the immediate jam song when you get to rehearsals. Dropped from the set, but they're kept alive, you know.
Yeah, good for the warm up.
I've suggested about 15 different covers that we go into play, and Stuart learns them all, learns all the solos, and then I go, actually, no, I don't think we'll do that. Right?
Keep him on his toes, man.
My technique is sharp now. It's great.
So for us,
I always say it's really good to sort of learn covers, play them together, or just learn songs yourself, you know, because you will pick up little skills and stuff that you wouldn't not have sort of known before, you know. So it's always worth whenever you got some spare time, just pick up your instrument, learn one of your favorite songs.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it like brings in the nuances you might not understand when you just listen to something. When you learn to play, obviously, it makes such a difference. Kind of on that note, you guys, we briefly touched on songwriting, but have you got any kind of particular process you follow or preferences when it comes to how you write? So you sort of lyrics first, music first, all that kind of stuff.
I tend to do the song music first now. I used to write when I used to write on my own a lot. Obviously, I'd write lyrics at the same time, but now either me or Jack. Normally, Stuart's written the riffs for one of the songs, but normally me or Jack will come with a couple of guitar riffs, and we'll start to put them together. By the time because I'm quite good at structuring songs, Jack's really good at just coming up with little ideas to fill the little areas.
He's got hundreds of riffs just coming out of his pockets.
Drinking and stuff that I've had. So.
I spent 2 years. Jack's like, have this one, have this one.
Yeah, rehearsal. I just like a rough recording. I take it home and then I work on the vocal melody and the right lyrics. And if I'm stuck for a vocal melody, I ask Jack to come up with another guitar part, and I use that as a vocal melody.
Nice.
And Chev just hits the drums. Job done.
Perfect.
We wind him up and then we let him go.
We got one of them.
in him.
The hi-hat.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask another question. It's completely gone out my head. It's gone. Callum, I'll think of it while you go for yours, mate.
Okay. What have we got? Talking about covers. Is there any what band, dead or alive, would you love to go on tour with?
Yeah. I'd say Alter Bridge or Tremonti.
Tremonti for me.
I know it's Tremonti bags.
Jack's got a Tremonti signature guitar, Tremonti signature amp.
Oh no, is that the PRS? Is it?
Yeah.
Very nice. I know they were selling them at Anderton's for a while, so
They do look very good.
Blackstone Cherry.
Yeah.
Blackstone Cherry. Or Stone Sour.
I think Darkness.
yeah, man, that'd be fun though.
Or Steel Panther, that'd be
I reckon that'd be a shit hot tour. That'd be
The whole tour.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah. I was going to ask actually. Are there any performances? And I'll take this one round individually for you guys, if you don't mind. Any performances that particularly have inspired you that you thought were just amazing, that really made you want to do something like that?
Well, that we've seen or that we've
we've seen.
So one that you've seen, and ideally then I was going to ask it as a separate question, but performances you're particularly proud of. But we'll go first of all, like bands that you've seen that you think were just fucking amazing and you really want to be that good.
Cool. Quite a few. Me and Jack actually went Fight Star the other day, and that was a wicked show.
That was brilliant.
That was really good. But yeah, again, I saw Alter Bridge at Wembley, and that blew me away. I've seen a lot of bands, but I've not been in a very compass mentis state to remember.
Sometimes that's part of it, you know.
Last couple of years I can tell you about, but the previous 20 years I can't.
For me, I'm quite a big Chili Peppers fan, so I've seen them play and watched them at Hyde Park, and just watching Flea jump around like an absolute lunatic. Awesome to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know how old that guy is, but when he does like a handstand walk across the stage, I get like real envious, like genuinely jealous of that guy.
He's amazing because he's like playing these crazy bass lines and then just dancing about like a maniac as well. It's like, how did you do it both? You know.
That venue a little guitar solo in one of the songs. And he handed me his guitar and he done the worm across the stage. And then up away and then took his guitar and we carried the song.
That's rock and roll.
wicked.
Yeah, you won't do that.
Videos on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. But I didn't steal that from anyone though.
No.
No, it's your own.
But when I saw the darkness at download, Justin Hawkins, he during a song he did a headstand on the drum riser. You remember? He started clapping
His feet.
his feet. That was quite crazy.
Oh, brilliant.
Like it's mental, but it's also just unreal.
Yeah.
I thought they were really good when I saw him, and I know that he's a stickler for just playing as it is and doing what he does. I will always like that, and it looks. I just think he's stuck what he wants with what he knows, and he just loves it.
Because I saw Don Broco at the Junction in Cambridge. Did a T-shirt song.
Yeah,
where
that's
the
for
whole
instance,
crowd's swinging.
it's a bit like the helicopter from Skindred.
Yeah.
That's the
Well.
thing to say. I download off that. Big sweaty men swinging next to each other about.
Yeah, that's quite. That was.
Airborne were quite good fun to watch live as well, and I like those bands. So we tried to. Obviously, it's more difficult for me because I'm singing as well as playing, but we try to put as much energy into the stage as possible because I'm someone who, if I go and watch a band, I want to watch a band. I don't want to just listen to the music because I can do that at home. I want.
Man, agreed. Yeah, me and Aaron talk about this quite a bit. There's been a lot of bands that we've gone to see that are just sort of like they turn up in their t-shirt and jeans and they just sort of play and they're very self-aware that they're on stage. And for us, it's like, no, bring some theatre to it. Like people are paying to see some kind of spectacle, aren't they? And even if it's like a tiny little venue, you can bring a level of that to them. Even if it just means getting into the music more, you know, it's like makes a difference.
Something I've always said to Jack since he was young was every single gig, you just play it like you're playing Wembley Stadium. Whether there's 2 or 2,000, it's you still play it like you're playing to.
They're still getting that stadium show, yeah, man. Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
That's same for us, man. Band mantra right there. Like,
I mean, people are going to see rock stars, aren't they? So you got to be a rock star.
yeah.
Are in our band, so I don't have to move. I've got a T-shirt going, so it'd be nice. The squares also.
Just quickly catching up on the comments, gentlemen. So Marie says it'd be nice to hear something different. So relating to our discussion, I believe, surrounding some of the new stuff we're going to do on Saturday, Marie. So be excited. There's some cool things. It's all performance related. It's not necessarily new songs yet, but keep an eye on that. We'll let you know. And Katie says, love the turtle. I assume in reference to the purple turtle. Sounds like a cool venue.
Yeah.
Katie also said, in reference to who would you want to tour with, she said, one of mine opened for The Darkness and their crew was sound checking for 4 hours, sold that on tour. To be fair, like, we've had a few gigs where like there's a few of them that do a 4-hour sound check and they're like,
We're known for with a lot of the places we play is that we're so easy to sound check.
Yeah, thing to do. Please everyone before you start.
Get it done.
Move on.
No messing around.
That's it.
absolutely. Cool. I'll send it back to you guys then.
We'll talk. I was going to say before we move on, the whole moving on stage, we get the benefit of being on a smaller stage. So even the smallest amount of movement seems like a lot. So that, you know,
amplifies out. Yeah.
Not thought of it that way.
yeah,
Very true.
we've got to the point where we're all wireless now. Just run.
Oh, yeah,
Bring the
wireless
stage
is life
outwards.
changing.
Except Aaron still.
Yeah, I can't.
Aaron,
No,
no, his
no
drums
marching
are
band
wireless.
yet.
I can confirm they are wireless.
No marching band yet.
Yeah, he needs a little drummer boy.
Actually, I was we'll take it back to that, chaps. Any performances out of the shows you guys have played together? You can again individually be awesome on this one. Any shows that have really stood out to you that you're particularly either proud of or just fucking enjoy?
The
Junction gig.
the Junction gig was a good one, and
6-6. Like 6 maybe.
Yeah, when we played at the Portland Arms in Cambridge, which is a, like 200 cap venue. In November and in December, and both gigs went really well. One was with Lost Campbell, and one was with the Hot One Too. On the album launch, and that was sold out. So yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah. Do you know what? We were talking about this the other day as well on the drive home. It was a long drive home. We had a 6-hour drive the other day, so there was a lot discussed.
We took a little detour.
We did also go, yeah, we had a little detour. We'll get a reel up about this. We thought we'd just drop in on Clarkson's farm on the way home. It was pretty cool. It's pretty legit. There's a lot of weird dogs there, though.
Yeah.
not part of the farm or anything. Just I won't go into detail on that. It was a bit weird. But what we were talking about is that there seems to be kind of a lack, at least in down south where we are. There's a bit of a lack of venues between the sort of 200 to 400 cap. Really need some of those to pop up down here, because it kind of goes like 100 or 150, and then it goes straight up to like 1,000, 500 or 1,000. Yeah, it's whoa. Those mid-range venues, and I thought just on our trip up the other day to Cannock, that venue would be perfect. Somewhere down south, a venue like that just needs to happen. Like just that 200 to 300 a month. Perfect. We just don't have it. It's gutting.
That's it, yeah, literally, you've got like Anvil, where obviously we're going to be playing. There's a lot of ones very similar size, and then you literally the next jump up is like the O2. It's that is the bit, which is even more again.
The old fire station, but I think that's 1,000 though, isn't it?
Yeah, so similarly on par with the O2, I think.
And
it's
I saw,
not O2, but
I've been to a sold out show in there, and it is mental.
It's pretty wild, isn't it? It's good
when everyone's like just packed in.
On Fire Station is a 1,200 cap. And 500.
Really? Crikey.
Yeah, as a nightclub, 550 cap live music venue, apparently. Allegedly.
Yeah, it has got the 2 rooms. Yeah. There is the 2 rooms, yeah. Well, this Fire Station, who definitely put on live shows still.
Come on,
they've definitely put on rock shows still.
Need that somewhere in between before you get to that level where you can put on a headline tour.
I think we just need to get our own stage together and then just go play in a field. That's the best way.
If you guys could build your own venue, would you do it, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had the time and the money.
Have a nice range, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, man. God, we've thought about this a lot in the band. Like, it'd be really cool to own a venue eventually.
Just do a once-a-week show there, ticketed.
Yeah. It'd be nice to, imagine, it's a weird thing to think about. Obviously, a lot of bands used to be sort of residency bands, didn't they? So, I mean, Elvis was famously fucked over by being resident in Las Vegas for so long. Yeah. That's a weird thing. I'd never imagine that now.
They do 3 days at the maximum now, don't they?
I mean, they still do it, don't they, for a month or so?
Yeah. Some bands do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't U2 do it at the Orb?
Oh, that's a sick new venue. That looks awesome, doesn't it? I thought you imagined Tool in there.
I mean, you don't know the Orb.
That'd be unreal. Yeah, I've seen
the Orb.
Fuck hell. Wait, the Sphere.
Yeah,
that's it. The Orb.
London's doing the Sphere. I think it's a copy of the Orb.
Wait, no, what is the Orb? Wait, which way around is it?
Well, they're both the same thing.
Well, the giant ball. The giant with screens everywhere.
Me like big ball. Ooh. Fantastic. Yeah, that does look amazing. I'd love to see a show there.
Yeah, I think it was U2. They did a week in there when it first opened.
That's cool. Yeah, they kind of can,
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not a big U2 fan, but I know there are quite a few of them.
Yeah.
All right, Callum, I'll send it back your way.
Back to me. Nice and sly, Aaron.
Yeah. Sneaky.
If Aaron was a Pokemon, that'd be the sound he made. I swear to God.
Or the bit.
Yeah.
We go with what's something you wish you knew when you were first starting out as a band?
Best way to like management teams like that, how to just do back then. it's like, you know, online we weren't heard of. It was literally go and play, go and play, go and play. But having the knowledge now, best way time and get yourselves out there. Back then, it might be different stories. You know what I mean?
For me, it's I've found now that I'm older and been doing it for a long time. The copious amount of drug before don't help it.
Turns out, yeah. It helps some artists, but very rarely, I think.
My big when I got clean and sober was that will I ever be able to write a song again? Like I had this big thing. I needed some sort of drink or drug for creativity, and it turns out that I've written the best stuff I've written since I've.
Absolutely, I think a lot of songwriters have that kind of worry. I'd imagine. Certainly, I think it becomes more of a discipline. It's like how often are you writing? You know, it's like the more often you're writing, it tends to be the better you write. It's like going to the gym, isn't it? Like, songwriting is a muscle.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, let him drink. Let him go. Come on.
Needs to get that owly water in.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Slacking off like this.
I think it's been sat on my desk like all day. A bit tepid. Throwing a culture on it.
I'll catch up on a few comments real quick. So, Marie says, I went to Frank Turner at the old fire station, to be fair. I didn't, yeah, Frank Turner's quite a big artist, actually, to play at the old fire station, isn't he? I thought it was more like an O2 upwards. That's pretty cool. I bet that was a good show. Katie says, I used to have my own music venue. It was the most fun ever. I highly recommend if you're happy to never sleep. Yeah. We're artists. We don't sleep. That's artists. No,
live for the night time, you know.
The idea of it is nice that you could build a venue, kind of book your own act here and there, but kind of have someone else manage it, right? Like, I think that's the dream.
Own it, and that's it.
Yeah. Free money and a place to play whenever you want. Very nice. Gavin, you got us one.
Going through. Flicking through all my questions. What would you say is your next big aim for the band? Is it an album or an EP, or are you looking just to go, big stadium tours and everything?
Well, this year is to build the fan base, get out further, branch out a lot further around the country.
Which is what we're starting with.
Yeah, I mean, we're not naive enough to think that this sort of shit happens overnight. A lot of work to do, always know, and just play as many shows as we can and promote the releases we've got. And we are, I think, aiming towards an EP towards the end of the year.
I think it'd be nice to get on a festival, because we haven't really done a decent sort of rock-based festival.
We kind of missed this year when we started doing the bookings and stuff, because we've been concentrating on other things. We missed a lot of the bookings for this year. So hopefully maybe next year we can get on a couple of the festivals and just keep climbing the ladder, really. Try and
slowly build it up, promoting everything.
Get better at promoting.
Yeah.
Building the massive thing, really, and the relationship and the connection with the fan.
Oh.
Too much, so it's a bit of a struggle, sort of keeping that maintained. Do you sort of find that as well, or are you pretty sound with it? Do you post fairly regularly?
We try to,
but not as much as we should. If you ask. We try to. It's something that we are looking to improve on. We do it a lot more than we did 6 months ago, but we still need to do it a lot more than we're doing it at the moment. So it's
quite new to us as well in terms of pushing that side of it. When you're in a band, you just write music and play gigs, right?
Yeah. That's it.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It's a whole new sort of creative art.
To share the next gig on Facebook. You've got to engage. You've got to put the effort in.
And it's about
to do
building
the
relationships
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
We want to get to that stage, so we're willing to put the effort.
Great stuff.
It's just nice to speak to people that are interested in what you're creating and doing. So it's a way to engage with people that are really enjoying what you're making.
Yeah.
So it should feel rewarding, and it is.
Yeah.
When you actually get knuckle down and do it, you feel better about everything.
Yes, certainly. You know what? I very much found that the last few days. I kind of put off putting these kind of interim tracks together a little while. The ideas were brewing. I get sometimes you need a bit of cooking space in your head to work on the ideas and before you actually put it to paper. But man, it felt good. Did 6 tracks in the last 2 days. I just feel free. I feel like there's so much weight off the shoulders having got that done now. And now it's over to you, Aaron, to somehow work it into the set. So
Yeah.
have fun.
Figure out how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been listening to certain noises in there and thinking that's where I started, you know.
Pretty wild.
Mm.
When you guys, when it comes to sort of music video production and such, have you got any music videos out there people can go check out?
We haven't yet. We are looking into someone or a couple of people we've asked at the moment to get one done for one of either the next single or the one after. I think it's the one after we're looking to go for. Stuart's actually a photographer as well.
So we found him.
Yeah. Actually, at one of our gigs, when our guitarist said he was leaving, so we asked him to come to an audition.
Just get photos.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good to have someone who's got like a keen eye in the band though. Like,
It sounds like a good recording, mate.
So yeah, we're hopefully we can put something together ourselves. But if not, we'll definitely get a proper production done to get something out.
You started a video already?
Yeah, I was in. I've done some acting in a video for another band.
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, absolutely be worth getting some videos out. I'd like to see. Obviously, a lot of people now short attention span and also less risk. Well, more risk averse, if anything. They seem to not want to go and see something unless they know they're definitely going to like it. So seeing what you guys look like on stage before having to go and actually physically see you on stage will probably help a bit, hopefully at least a bit.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Well, go on, sorry.
videos around on our YouTube channel, but not actually like a music video, but
On people's phones.
yeah, it's nothing.
Record, guys, and play. That's not. I'm not working that one out yet.
Yeah, you know, we're kind of in the opposite area. We're really good at the music video production. We've got a really good production line for sort of creating proper professional looking music videos. The issue we've got now is we actually haven't got that good a live footage. We're going to try and this year it's really our aim to get good live footage, sort of Q2 this year, get some good live footage we can send out to festivals properly. That it is a better marketing tool on the back end of things. Yeah, the opposite end of that. That's fun. That.
Camera on sad. I'll get something fit.
Yeah, man.
That'd be good, yeah, and vice versa. That's what I mean. It's so easy to just forget. Like the amount of times we've talked about, we'll set up some cameras, make sure it gets filmed, but by the time you're on stage and everything, you're like, it just completely goes out of your head. Or when we haven't remembered, like the camera sort of falls over halfway through the set or something, you're like, you lost it all, you know.
Had a few of those, haven't we?
Yeah, you put the phone in the obviously the thing to record and just completely forget to actually press record, you know.
You did do that as well, yeah. We're hoping to get a few angles of this April the 6th show. We really want to try and maybe even get like live stems from this one. We want to kind of get a production out of it if we can. I'll bring a smoke machine as well. Hopefully we can make use of that. Well, they've got some built-in lights. There's nothing too complex with the anvil, but the engineers there are pretty damn good normally. So hopefully we can have a bit of a play around, and I'll be in control of the smoke, which I shouldn't have been at the last show. I got really carried away. And yeah, it was like you went upstairs because it's a basement venue, so we went upstairs and it was smoky up there as well, like pretty bad.
There's 2 double doors with glass windows in them, and they were just completely fogged up, you know. Like,
but it looks sick. Maybe not for the poor lady who was taking photos, but cool. Callum, you got 1 or 2 more, sir?
One or two more.
I've got
Laser
a
got
good
me
one.
right in the eye then. Shit.
I've got a good one, right? So, what's the like funniest situation you've been in at a gig, or just being out as a band together?
When you got on your tuner, the gigs and the sound guy freaked out.
I thought the bass. I trod on the tuner and cut my signal, and they were all rushing around trying to
Turning it up on stage, with the wires.
And then I sort of snidely
You saw it.
and clicked it off.
Whoops.
So whatever you just did, it fixed it.
Yeah.
Fire and impressed it.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've stepped on like our guitarist cable midway through a song and just pulled it clean out, man. I'm so glad they went wireless. That was probably because of me that they've gone wireless, to be honest.
I trying to move around a bit. I thought, at the end of the gig, I'll put the guitar behind my head and I'll do a bit of a shred.
Yeah, big number.
We're going to make
Drums,
like a
drums,
finale
drums.
at the end of the set.
So we got to the end of the song, big finale, just put the guitar behind my head, did one little note until it went dun, finished. I didn't know he was going to do it. I didn't know he had down now.
Oh, man.
Brilliant.
And I was trying
That is great, man. We do you know what? I'll put this little idea out there. We have a way we end when we finish our set. We do quite a big ending, and there'll always be a number of how many stabs we do, and it's different at every show. Well, not necessarily different, but it's unique to every show. And we kind of challenge people to try and work out why that is, and no one's got it yet. There's a reason every single time, and no one understands why yet. So I'm just throwing that out there. Marie, you've got to work it out, dude. You've probably come to the most shows. I'm sure you've got to be the first one to work it out at this point. But yeah, just throwing that out there as a little tease. See if you guys get it, because it's funny. It's like it's a nice little memento for us, just entirely internally, like. So I think we'll do one or two. Well, yeah, we'll probably just do one more question actually, because we're coming up on the hour, which has gone by really quick. And obviously, thank you guys so much for your time for joining us this evening. So, Callum, have you got a closer for us, sir?
Pleasure.
There has also been Kev Baker in the chat.
Okay. Yeah.
Has asked a question. We kind of already asked it earlier, but I suppose we didn't answer it, as in us, the Regional One band.
Band@gmail.com.
Yeah, we said a question for both bands. If you could share a stage of any band, who would it be and why?
Share a stage.
Did all. We did. They did. We said tour, not share a stage.
Ah.
That's why.
Yeah, it's still. Alter Bridge. Because Tremonti's one of my favourite guitarists. Miles Kennedy's an amazing vocalist. So.
I think.
If there's anyone different, I'd say Linkin Park, because obviously it's impossible now. I never got a chance to see them when Chester was alive, and they were like, I think Hybrid Theory came out the year I was born. That's my favourite album since birth. So I would have loved to perform that album live on the same stage as they did.
Man, that'd be.
Been
Interesting.
would have been fun.
I don't think I'd have come.
No.
Man, yeah, Linkin Park. I'd kill to share a stage with Linkin Park. Do you reckon they're just using AI on all those new tracks that keep coming out? It can't just be demos they keep finding all the time, surely.
That's sure.
It wouldn't surprise me though, because it's probably so easy now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have you not seen like one of my favorite ones I've seen was Chester Bennington doing a cover of I think Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Weird.
Very surreal. I think for me, on that note, by the way, the band I'd love to share a stage with would be the original Queen lineup, especially at that 1985 Live Aid show. I'd want to feel the pressure from how good that was to say, you've got to do something now.
So you got open for this. Good luck.
Yeah.
Approach it like, go on.
Yeah. It's your turn. Fair.
What about you, Aaron?
Well, I'm always going to say Rush. I haven't. A few weeks ago, I went to see a Rush tribute band, and I never got to see the actual band. But you realise how much of a live band they were, and it just blew me away. It really did.
Do you get to share a stage with Rush, or are they one of those bands where the songs are too long, so they have the whole evening to themselves?
Yeah. Well, on their last tour, I know they did 3 hours broke into 2 sets.
Fucking hell. You know what the stamina
had-
that requires, man.
Yeah.
I'm not big on Guns N' Roses, but holy shit, they do 3-hour sets.
Yeah.
That's athleticism. That.
I suppose that's another good one. Actually, would have been like Guns N' Roses back in the heyday, you know.
Yeah, if they turned up.
Yeah, they toured infamously with Motley Crue at one point, and I feel like that just must have been the most carnage ever made on one tour. You know.
I bet that was fucking wild. Gallop.
I've had all this time to think, and I haven't.
Hard to pick one.
And I'm at an early morning this morning. Can you tell?
I know I've got early morning tomorrow as well. I'm already tired for tomorrow.
Getting tired in prep, dude.
Yeah. I think at the moment I've been really into Rage Against the Machine. I'd probably say at the moment it'd probably be them.
Yeah, and think of the profit on the tickets, dude. They're famously high ticket prices, don't they? So.
Well, not anymore because they've broken up again.
So
so
the next coming back tour then, that'd be even higher.
So haven't Kiss had 4 final tours now?
And Slayer did it too. It's actually unbelievable.
Yeah.
Slayer did that. I can't believe them.
I remember being so torn at download between seeing their last show and it was Tool. I thought, I'll go for Tool. I'll try and get as close to the front as I can. And I remember being a bit disappointed after because I thought that's Slayer, last ever chance to see them, but they've come back, so it worked out in the end, you know.
Stupid.
Motley, the last ever tour in 2010, I think.
Yeah.
Still going.
Yeah.
They keep doing it. They're bastards, the lot of them. I love it. I've got them all.
Got the
Surely
strategy
there's
now.
it's kind of a scam, isn't it? Surely.
No, because just imagine being able to say I've seen 3 of one band's last tours, you know.
Isn't that like the whole misselling PPI meme? It's the same thing.
Literally, yeah.
I'll just quickly catch up on the comments and we'll call it night, gents. Thank you again so much for joining us. So thank you, Kev, for that question there. That was a great one. So thank you very much. Marie says, literally been to every show I can go to and still have no fucking clue. I think that's regarding the end of our set. Kev says, sorry guys, I was late to the party. No worries at all, sir. There'll be people hopefully watching this in the future. So that's kind of cool. I like thinking about that. It freaks me out a little bit. And Katie says, Kev is the 4 Seconds manager. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us this evening, Kev. Pleasure. Hopefully we'll catch you on the road as well sometime. Thank you to everyone who's watched this evening. Thank you if you're watching in the future. And thank you, obviously, mainly to the Forsaken for joining us here this evening. Cheers, guys. We will see you guys on Saturday, the 6th of April. The ticket link is going into the chat now. If you haven't got your tickets, do so. They're selling very well. So come on down, show some support if you can. It'll be a good night of live music, and we'll be sticking around for some drinks after, having a good night. So thank you all. Go on, sorry.
Get down early and support the first band.
Yeah.
Oh yes, make sure you're down. Doors are at 7:30, so please, if you can, be there at 7:30. We always would like you there as early as possible because we've got a brand new band who need loads of support. It's their first ever show. Come welcome them to the scene. And of course, the Forsaken have never been down to Bournemouth, so welcome them to the scene too. So Bournemouth, show us what you can do, please. We'll see you guys there.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys.
We'll catch you guys soon. Thank you very much.
End of the video.
Bye.
End of an end. We're still live, apparently. There you go. It's done. We've done it.
Cheers for that, guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Catch you on Saturday.